Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. All right, here we go. Upply up, bubba up. We are live, finally. Whew, that was scary. I'm back in it. All right, one shared, opening up my Twitch because I am live. I'm live via Twitch, I'm live via YouTube, I'm live via Facebook. Come at me. Let me see. Never seen it from the Facebook side. Somebody just tried to message me. Ah. Oh. La da da da. Baby, I'm back. I'll be streaming live again. Got to paint these goofy goblins. Baby, come back. Oh, late, of course. I could have been on over an hour ago, an hour and a half ago. Somebody messaging me. Who that messaging me? It ain't nobody. Somebody's messing with our calendar. I can't believe I missed these goblins the last time I painted. Alex, what's going on, girl? Just about to get ready to start streaming. Just about ready to start streaming. Streaming and screaming. But not really, because I don't want to wake these babies. Oakley dokley. Let me see. All right. Getting ready to go live in just a few seconds. Giving my friends a little bit more time to get online. Also gonna try and finish up this goblin real quick. but we hit the 5-minute mark, so we are going to go live. Main screen. Bloop. Hey, everybody. Woo, what a wild hour and a half it's been. My computer was downloading updates, and something was going on with my Streamlabs, my streaming service, where it wouldn't allow me to stream to my Big Bad Nerd Dad Facebook page, and that's where I do all of my marketing. So I had to get that fixed real quick. But we are live. Everything is moving along very well. While I was waiting for the updates and everything to hit, I found 2 more goblins that I did not paint or prep. So I've been doing that in the meantime. I'll switch over to that in just a second. This is it. We're in the final hour. I've got 4 days till OwlCon. I'm going to finish up these goblin miniatures and bug miniatures tonight. And then my tiny dungeons scenarios will be ready. And my tiny Cthulhu scenarios will be ready. I'm ready to kick it. Ready to kick it with my homies at OwlCon. Very excited. And then Wednesday night, I'll be actually running a game for my Nerd Bros, where I'm going to... one of the guys has not played Dungeons and Dragons in years, and he's been a dungeon master for those said years and hasn't had a chance to play. So I felt pity, and I picked up my players handbook, and I picked up my Dungeon Master's guide, and I said, you know what, I need to run some Dungeons and Dragons for my friend, and also because my in-laws, Gabe and Court, want to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I will be running some online Dungeons and Dragons for them here pretty soon. But as for this weekend, I'm super excited. OwlCon starts Friday night. I'll be out there playing in a game finally. I'll be playing. I've been playing with Danny Dean Dungeons and Dragons for over a year now. But this Friday night, I'll be playing Vaesen. It's that game that I've been talking about, the Nordic horror. You're dealing with spirits and spirits of the land and all kinds of stuff, and I thought it was really neat, a new take on the role-playing genre. So I'm very excited to play that Friday night with a whole new group of people. And then Saturday morning, I'll be playing with my good friends from the Brawl board game, role-playing game, and wargaming league, Brawl. Very excited to hang out with Shane and his crew. To play the game that he's come up with and created. He's such an amazing storyteller and a great guy. I can't wait to sit down and relax Saturday morning and play a game with him. And then after that, we're off to the races as I run Tiny Dungeon on Saturday for 2 sessions, and then Tiny Cthulhu on Sunday for 2 sessions. Woo! Can't wait. But tonight, we're going to switch the view over. Bloop. All right, so... I missed these guys. When I painted my goblins last week, I missed these 2. They were hiding under a piece of cardboard, the tokens that comes inside that Epic Encounters box. Completely missed them, so I'm going back and hitting them with the details that need to be done. Of course, doing that slap chop method, priming black, painting a heavy dry brush. I'm not using white, I'm using a bright ivory by Proacryl. These are the only hard acrylic paints you'll be using for the slap chop method, because the rest of it is all done with the speed paints. The speed paints do all the work for you after you've done this step. Get that. I was thinking about it. I might go back at a later date when I'm not pressed for time, or when I have a little bit more patience. If you're watching, thank you very much. Don't forget to give me a like. Don't forget to get the share. Tell your friends what I'm doing. Here I am painting miniatures. Put it more in the center, you great big lummox. But yeah, I'm super excited. Like I keep saying, I can't tell you how excited I am to finally get out for a convention. Oh, that's a bug on his shoulder. Neat. Get out for a convention, play with my friends. All my girls will be taken care of this weekend. My wife is Gonna be hanging out with some friends. My little girls, my nerd brats, will be with they'll be with their big bad nerd grandma. Yeah. Having fun with my Diaz, and I believe my brother Rudy's gonna go hang out with them, so that'll be good. So I can have a worry-free weekend while everybody is taken care of, and I don't have to be the big bad nerd dad. I can just be Big Mike having fun. Right, so that's the first or the second step of the slab chop. I primed it all with a off black called coal black. It's not quite black, it's got a little hint of gray to it. Boop. The highlights one more time. Make sure those raised portions are highlighted enough. Like I said, a very heavy dry brush, and that's how we got to this point on these other models. The Goblins are that I'll be painting tonight on his faithful buggy steed. Oof. He's got a face only a mother could love. This past weekend I went to FedEx Kinko's and printed out my maps, my character sheets. Everybody's going to make their own character at OwlCon. It's one of the reasons that I love Tiny Dungeon so much. Is the game is super simple. Character creation is done in a snap. We'll have time for everybody, even if they've never played the game before, to create their characters. And I want this one red, Walter red. Everybody will be able to create their own characters and play in the session in 4 hours time. Gonna have a good old time. We'll have a gay old time. Right. So I've switched over from the Pro Acryl line that I've been using. Right. So whoop. I Pro Acryled for the base and dry brush. This is Pro Acryl from Monument Hobbies. I will now be switching to the Speed Paint 2.0 by Army Painter. Before I used Pro Acryl, Army Painter was my favorite paint. Their speed paints are amazing. They allowed me to paint 12 models in under an hour and a half last week. If you want to see that, go to my YouTube and you just check out the video from last week or the week prior. I'll say the week prior, because who knows who's going to watch this in years to come. Maybe I'll blow up and everybody will be like, oh, did you see the big bad nerd dad? He was painting gobos and having fun. The big old nerd. Good time, good time. All right. I love the fact that they included bearings, small mixing balls included in each of their paint sets now. Pro Acryl was doing it. Army Painter did not up until recently, and I was like, man, that is fantastic, because that really helps get, especially with these speed paints, because when they settle and separate, it's hard to get all that pigmentation. So huge kudos to Army Painter and doing this with their speed paints. Using a basing brush for this. Second basing brush go. There it is. I'm gonna take some water, throw it in to my speed paint to thin it out. Just a little bit. Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Sorry. Sorry, I know, I'm sorry. I am just a big old weirdo. Weirdo. That's okay. My baby still loves me. Alright, so. Put this on here. I'm just going to start painting all this guy. I'm going to be real careful around his eyeballs because I want to paint his eyeballs yellow. Something that I was thinking about doing too for next year was I've been really big into the Toxic Avenger over the past few weeks. I watched Toxic Avenger 1 through 4 this past weekend. It's on Freevee. If you have Freevee, I highly recommend it. They're phenomenal exploitation films from the late 80s, early 90s. The newest Toxic Avenger came out last year, starring Peter Dinklage, and I have not had a chance to see it because I wanted to go back and rewatch all the old ones. But I do plan on going to go see it here pretty soon. Because number one, he's a phenomenal actor. Number two, it is just a phenomenal franchise that I don't think got enough recognition in its heyday. Hey, Kevin, what's going on, brother? Thanks for watching, everybody. Please don't forget to like, share, follow, tell your friends. But yeah, next year I think for my Tiny D6 demos, I'll be doing a Tiny Supers, with a heavy Toxic Crusaders vibe. So people can make superheroes, but they have to be weird mutants superheroes fighting off the villain from the Toxic Crusaders cartoon, Dr. Killamoff. And again, I absolutely love these speed paints for this kind of stuff. Doing all the shading and highlighting for me. All of the paint is just sort of falling into the crevices where it needs to go, so I don't have to do all the hard work. Really makes, after doing the dry brush portion of the what's it called, of the slap chop method, it's really just pick out all the details you want. And go from there. So they have this is a huge grody centipede, and on the bases of most of the goblins you can actually see a little centipede. Ooh, get it on camera. Get it to focus. There we go. On the base, you can just make out a little centipede. So I had been painting all the centipedes red. And then I was like, oh, I got this big old I got this big old centipede. I need to paint him red. Of course, these Army Painter speed paints make everything super easy. I'm just staying away from the areas that I don't want painted. Flopping it on. Goes into all the crevices and wicks away from the edges, so it gives it a nice highlight. I don't know how the pigmentation in these things works, but it's awesome. Brian, what's going on, brother? Brian over on Twitch. How hard do you nerd? Just doing a little OwlCon prep. I'll be at OwlCon this weekend. What did I get? 24 hours of gaming. It's a 3-day convention. Starts Friday night. And then 10 a.m. to midnight on Saturday. And 10 a.m. to (7 p.m.) on Sunday. And I had the foresight to take off Friday and Monday so that I could recover a little bit and not go to work completely out of steam. And spend some time with my girls. So Friday and Monday, I'll actually keep one of my girls with me while the other's in school. Oh. Nice, brother. Ah! Lost. Alright, cool. Looks like I got all of that. I need to take oh, Ravenholt. Yeah, brother, get it. Amanda, thank you for watching. Now you see me there painting, and I'm eternally thankful. All right, oh, to shake this up. Be going back over the eyes with this Zealot yellow. Just a few drops, because I'm only doing a little bit on the eyes. Set it to the side. So what I love about these speed paints is that even though they don't look vibrant on the palette, they are majestic once you apply them. Look at those eyes. Is there anything else that needs yellow? You know what? This guy. What I love about the slap chop method for painting miniatures like this is that it really gives it this super good contrast. Right, had I have painted the entire, if I have primed the entire thing just completely white and applied these speed paints to it, that we wouldn't get that great of a dark contrast inside of that meaty portion of the model. But because there's just enough of that dark spot from the model, it really helps bring out that depth. A little squiggly butt. Alright, so I'm gonna paint that part yellow. Alright, Gabe, great question. So with the slap chop method, where is that box? Here it is. The speed paints were initially made for you to just completely prime your model white and then put the paint over that white. And so it does not look like that. How they have the model split, it doesn't really look that much in great detail from a plain white model to this with the speed paint applied to it. So the slap chop method is you prime the model black and then you use a dry brush to lightly go over it. I wish I had another one of these models that wasn't primed so you can just see it was just completely gray like this. Just the color of the plastic itself. Then you paint it black. Either you spray paint it. I did this right before the stream where I painted it. I just used a regular brush to paint it black. let that dry, and then I went back over it with my dry brush, a really old dry brush actually. You can see how frayed it is, and just hit it real hard with this bright ivory all over, and it looks really, really detailed, right? Like you can see all the little details in this goblin. You can see the layers in his boots. You can see the little pieces of cloth. Even on his knife, you can see the definition of the blade on his knife. Look at the base. You can see the rocks. He's got like a rock. Havoc Maker. Hey, Havoc Maker is an amazing painter. He's actually painted a couple of my miniatures for me. But he's absolutely right. The slap shot method is super fast. I mean, I knocked out 12 of these goblins last week in an hour and a half, and I think they look phenomenal. Perfect for tabletop, you know, Dungeons and Dragons. You can see how well the Tsar came out. The goblins are. And again, as I progress with this model, you'll see how it really, really just, with very little effort, makes everything pop and look good. Just touching the model. Okay. This guy is still kind of wet, so I'm going to wait a little bit before I start applying his darker purple and black portions. What I can do is start painting my gobbers. Right, so Army Painter, Speed Paint 2.0. Something else too is that I really only use the slap chop method for speed painting a bunch of models. Like when I did the 12 goblins last week, it should have been 14, but these guys are hiding. Or when I'm doing a big detailed miniature, like with my Monster Hunter World characters, where they have a lot of detail all over the place, and I really don't feel like going back and washing and dry brushing and highlighting and going over and over and over. This is a good way to get a great way to get good results quickly. A little bit more water. And I'm sure that my good friend Brett is out there somewhere looking at me saying, why am I not using a wet palette? He gave me a wet palette. I have a wet palette sitting right here, and I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. Hey, Gabe, no problem. Anytime y'all have questions, please feel free to ask. Anytime, even if you think it's a dumb question or it should be common sense, none of this stuff is common sense at first. Like, it's taking me years to learn these different techniques, and I have not mastered them, but I am getting better at them. So don't feel like there's a question that's too dumb for you to ask. I'm more than happy to answer these questions. Havoc Maker over on Twitch says that he's done the same. He has a unopened wet palette for the past 2 years, and eventually we'll open them up. Eventually we'll try them out. We'll use them. But today is not that day. So if you look at the details on this model's face, they're just going to continue to be there and pop because of how the slap chop method works. Oh, yeah, I've got the little Army Painter wet palette that my friends bought me for Christmas 2 years ago, and it's just sat. I feel bad, but in all honesty, I just don't know what I'm doing. I didn't paint his arms, big gooby. I didn't paint the other one's arms. You can clearly see his arms. Bloop. Oh, Gabe, thank you so much for sending me some stars. I greatly appreciate it. That's something new that I'm doing, that's happening, is I can receive stars, and it's a way to send me donations and boosts. So people are like, "Oh, this guy's making stars. He's a pretty big guy on Facebook." Thank you so much, Gabe, for sending me those stars. You're my shining star. Yeah, Havoc Maker. I saw the Fanatic sets that are coming out from Army Painter, and I was like, I just bought my my starter set. I wish I could pick one up. I'm sure I can get Board and Brew to sponsor me a set. I love them. I absolutely love these speed paints. I think they are fantastic. They're great for beginners. They're extremely helpful for veteran painters that are just trying to get their models kicked out. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is paint some of his spiky bits with this purple swarm color. And I am not going to water this down because I want it to be extra dark. I'm just going to grab it, put it on, get good coverage so we don't look splotchy. Thank you, John. I need all the views possible. If you can watch me on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, I greatly appreciate it. Remember, everything helps. John! Oh, John used 500 stars. Thank you so much, John. Oh my goodness! John hit me with 500 stars on Facebook. Best friend. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this purple and just do the underlying parts of his I don't know what to call that. He's got these segmented armor plates. I'm just going to hit the under part with that to give it a little bit of a not so dark black shadow-esque look. Then I'll put it around the edges and certain portions. I still want that red to pop through. greatly appreciated, John. I'm very fortunate that my sponsors help me to multi-stream so I can be everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And as soon as I can hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I'm pushing my TikTok. I'll be able to go live and stream from TikTok as well. Oh, sure thing, John. Thank you very much. Trying to see, what can you do? Pro bono work up here in Dallas. Oh, John, I don't know if you can do it, but or how much you can do, but I was recently gifted, and I want to use them for Marvel Crisis Protocol. And unfortunately, I have all my after I finish these Goblins, I have to get started back on my commission work. Because I have some more. I have like a box full of Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures, and a friend of mine asked me to paint for them. I like it. You're finishing up your Sentinels this week? Alright, I like it. I like it. Let me go ahead and get a blue. Black. He's not really on a pile of skulls. I really wish he was on a pile of skulls. But he's on this weird rock formation. So I think I'm going to take this black. Water it down just a little bit. Yeah, I've been looking at what's they called? I've been looking at the Sentinels for months, and Etten had one in stock on the Sentinel Prime in stock. Sentinel Prime in stock, but they didn't want it. I guess Etten's getting out of Marvel Crisis Protocol. So they had the Mark Prime on their 75% off table. So he was 13 bucks. And I said, if this isn't a sign for me to grab him and start, let's get it going. Then my good friend Danny Dean had one. I'm still streaming. Yeah, I'm still streaming. My good friend Danny Dean had one. I had the regular Sentinels, the Sentinel Mark IVs. I said, you know what? Let's get it going. Let's put these boys on the table. Because I just like them. I think they're cool. right. Guy is almost done. Boop, boop. There we go. All right, one big buggy done. Cassandra Nova. That's the last one from the Sentinels faction that I can think of. And then the Sentinels have that thing where they can pull anybody that they want to be a nanobite driven thing. Which I think they're 13. If you get a higher threat value, you could potentially do another really cool leader with the Sentinels. Alright, tons of fun. Get this going. Alright, so we are going to be painting this up ever so quickly. I should not be. So many things are trying to stop me from streaming today. Computer updates, my streaming service not recognizing my Facebook page. But I want people to see how fun and easy it is to paint, and how it can really have a calming effect. Let's do water down. Get back at it. That. All right. Oh, where's my purple? Boop. Purple swarm. Oh my goodness, you can't see what I'm painting. Boop. There we go. Right. So I switched up the bug. I'm painting the Goblins are now. There we go. That's much better. Paint, paint, paint. Paint the glooty. Go. I had to completely uninstall and then log in through Facebook. Normally I log in through Twitch. And then it recognized my Big Bad Nerd Dad Facebook page. And man, it was making me angry. And I thought to myself, so, really not that big of a deal. We'll get it figured out. And we did. It was a team effort. Havoc Maker, if you're watching me and you like what I'm doing, John is amazing, a phenomenal artist. I'm just showing you what is possible. John can show you marvels and wonders, the likes you've never seen. I'm also sponsored by a bunch of people, so I've got to say all this stuff about the Army Painter Speed Paints 2.0. But I do really like it because it's fast, easy, and manageable. Boop, boop. All right. Put that up. There we go. The next thing for me to get on my Amazon list is a ring light, like a boom mic, to go over the shoulder so that I'm not painting from a side view. You can see it from my angle. Nope. Ryan, what's going on, brother? My good friend Ryan over on Facebook. Thanks for watching. I am fantastic. Flip. All right, so I'm going to paint the inside of his mouth dark color. Yep. Oh, you can see his teeth better. need to paint that back portion right here. There we go. Alright, that bug is done. Now I'm going to paint the goblin's flesh. You can't see nothing on that guy. Alright. So I know that the top of his head, or the top of this guy, that's a spider skull. So I'm going to paint that skull first. Paint the skull first. And then I'll paint the spider skull next. Cool. Red. Need a little bit of red. Oh. John, yes, I am running games at OwlCon. I am running 2 sessions of Tiny Dungeon on Saturday, 2 sessions of Tiny Cthulhu. I'm sorry. Tiny Cthulhu on Sunday, Tiny Dungeon on Saturday, 2 and 2. And then Friday night, I'm playing in a game of Vaesen. It's a Nordic horror RPG. And then Saturday morning, I'm playing in a game of Atelier Valen 1. It's a new system that a friend of mine is actually coming up with. So I wanted to try it out. I've got the beta test rules. Made a character. I want to support my buddies. Okay. I'm going to need more bone. But yes. Yeah. My buddy Hugh sent me some information on Vossen, and then I just fell in love with the aesthetics. Like you said, the interior of the book is beautiful, and then the idea that not everything has to be a giant boss fight. Not everything is monsters are attacking the countryside. It could be something as simple as the community is not treating the farmland correctly, so the spirits have risen up and decimated the countryside. So all you have to do is rotate the crops, or give the land a break for a season. Like I was like, man, that's really powerful stuff. That's a different way of role playing. I want to try that out. I need more pallid bone. So Vaesen is Friday night. Very, very excited about that. And then I've already decided the next time I get a chance to demo a tiny D6 system of any kind, I'll be doing tiny supers. And I want to do like a Toxic Crusader themed one shot. I think that's all I can do for right now. Oh, nice. That'll be good, John. I haven't had a chance to make it out to ReaperCon, but I know that it is very popular and a lot of fun. So, boop, there we go. Go bug. Cat fur, no. Yeah. A Reaper. Nobody's gonna beat them at swag bags. And with them being so close right here in Texas. This right here. Paint, 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 bit of paint. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Okay. Oh. We're green. John says. Oh, nice. Nice, John, yeah. Maybe next year I'll come out for ReaperCon. Have some fun. Alright. We are almost done. I need to paint up the leather bits. Leather, silver. Are all I really need to do left. So for our leather bits, we're using Satchel Brown. Let me put up a bunch of these other colors. Paper. Pork skin. Alright, here we go. Beep up boop. All right. Finishing up these boots. He's got little metal boot tips. We'll be doing that. The staff. The staff. Eat the boots. Trying to get his little seat. Got like this leather face mask. Paint that leather face mask ever so carefully. We're at 1 hour, 12 minutes. I've been painting for about just a little over an hour. I have completed two medium-sized models. I wouldn't call them large. Fairly detailed. Freeze ray. Oh, speaking of freeze ray, is anybody else excited about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? Whew, looks good. Love me some Ghostbusters. Alright. Now all we have left are the metal bits, which we'll be using the broadsword silver speed paint. Dune 2. Dune 2 is out. Dune 2 looks phenomenal. Hopefully they get all the good points right. Well, then they just had the world premiere? Right, they just had the premiere because Zendaya was out there in like a suit of armor. And I was like, whoa. That's a revealing suit of armor. That's World of Warcraft armor right there. And Timothy. Not Tom Hardy, whatever his name is. He was out there too. I was like, huh, seems pretty cool. All right. Yeah, it happened like last week. It's not like it came out yesterday. It came out like Thursday or Friday of last week. And if you need a recap, Dune Part 1 is on Netflix right now, so whoop. That's what I planned on doing. All right. Oh, I see a spot of brown that I missed. Okay. So the Goblins is finished. Very easy, very simple. Goblins are big fat baby eating O'Brien. And I've got, that was it. Oh, I should really get to sleep. But I'm going to finish up these little guys real quick. Paint their whips. Just real quick. Real quick. Woo. I like their whips because their whips they look a little like earthworms. I'll paint their boots. Paint their boots. Paint their goblin garb. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's covered in... He is covered in centipedes. I had not noticed that. I will paint his gloves. And then I'll need some red, because all my centipedes are red. Consistency. Yeah, that's... I can't believe I didn't notice that. Covered in centipedes. Bloop. Shit. Anything else is gonna red. Make it a little bit more red. Where's that slaughter? A red. A bloop. Wonderful. All right. Shall we go? Then we will paint away. Paint away at his red centipede armor. Connect it over the back. Along the side. The centipede on the ground that he is stepping on, which is not very nice because they should be working together. Oop. Even coverage. And last but not least, the metals. This has got little metal boot tips and a little knife. There we go. Boot, 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 knife, knife. Okay. Up a loop. There we go. Okie dokie. And we are set. All right. So in less than an hour and 30 minutes, I painted 4 miniatures. Bloop. I think we did a phenomenal job. I'm very happy with this paint. My scenario is now completely painted for OwlCon. All I have to do is show up and run my games. For both Tiny Dungeon and Tiny Cthulhu. I'm set, ready to rock and roll. So I want to thank everybody so much for watching tonight. I had a really good time painting these Goblin miniatures from Steamforge Games, their Epic Encounters line. I will be back next Monday, God willing. If I can survive the OwlCon weekend and have enough energy to do something next Monday night, I will start assembling the Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures that I have commissioned, so you can see all the really cool stuff I'll be working on. I already assembled the regular Incredible Hulk on stream, so I will be assembling the Immortal Hulk, Ghost Rider, Thanos, and somebody else in there. I can't remember who it is, but lots of fun Marvel Crisis Protocol coming up. And then hopefully starting next month in March, I'm going to be streaming some Frostgrave games and some Marvel Crisis Protocol games of actual play. I know I normally just do a lot of painting on the channel and talking about the games and going over character creation for different RPGs, but I'm going to start doing actual play games of my tabletop war games, and eventually, once I can get a good group of people to do role-playing games, we'll be doing live play of role-playing games. So very, very excited. This year is going to be what I'm calling my era of joy, and I'm just going to fully envelop myself in all of the things that I love. Tabletop role-playing games with my friends, tabletop role-playing games with my little girls, board games with my girls, painting with my girls, just having fun, streaming, playing games, doing hobbies, and raising money. Oh, which is another thing. If you're watching via Facebook, here is a link for my Tiltify. I am helping raise money and awareness for the group called Stop Soldier Suicide. one of our servicemen and women or veterans every day 22 lose their life to suicide, and there are things that we can do to prevent that. It's across across everything. Nobody should have to go that far. There are people that care about you. There are people that want to do things for you. So here is my link on Facebook, boop, where you can donate to stop soldier suicide. And it is a 5013C, tax deductible. You make a donation to them, they'll send you back that tax receipt so that you can claim it. I know it's the start of a new year, and every quarter I will be doing something different with a different charity, because charity is on my heart as well. If you are watching via Twitch, here is the link. So you can donate. Really weird. If you go to my Facebook page, you can see I am currently doing the 30-hour gaming challenge, where I'm playing 30 hours of any type of game to raise awareness. So that's from now. That was from the 16th to the 24th, so that is going to run me through OwlCon. I've got over 12 hours of gaming planned for OwlCon. I'm playing Wednesday night with my friends, the Nerd Bros, some Dungeons and Dragons. All of this goes to help our servicemen and women and veterans that have that are having trouble, whatever it may be. We can do something, right? We as a people. And so right now it's Stop Soldier Suicide. Next quarter it'll be helping out the Montrose Center here in Houston, Texas, that helps with mental health care for LGBTQ community, right? During the summer, fall, we'll be raising funds for the Houston Food Bank. We'll be doing some really cool events, and then going into Christmas, I'm sure I'll find something else in our community that needs help. Probably HAM, the Humble Area Assistant Ministries, that has actually helped me and my family out over the past year with the troubles that we've been going through, because everybody's got troubles and anybody can help. All right, so I just want to send a huge thank you to everybody that's watched over the past hour and a half, for all my friends and family that have liked, sent stars, shared. I'm doing this because I love it, and it is an emotional outlet for me, and it's just something that I like to do. So I love you all very much. Thank you so much for watching me and for listening to me for the past hour and a half. I'll be back later this week streaming from OwlCon and having a great time. So I love you. Have a good week, and remember, walls